on, brother? Let's see. Hey.
Hey, you like
Oh,
this shirt?
oh yeah, brother.
Rock it,
Nice.
baby.
Hey, can you flip the phone the other way?
Yeah. Is that better?
You look beautiful, man.
Oh, you too, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks so
Good,
much
good.
for coming on. I mean,
Oh, it's my
I've known
pleasure.
you.
My pleasure.
You know, I kind of wanted to get into I was thinking about how I do these talks, and
Uh-huh.
when I was writing to you today, or was it this morning I wrote it, and I was like,
Yeah,
well, it's like it's a celebration of you,
yeah.
and I thank you for wearing the shirt. You look great, man.
Oh, I love it, man. I love this shirt. I love it. I love everything it stands for. I love what you stand for, and I was like, it's a better way. And what a better way to rock this shirt today than any other day. I wore it yesterday too, to be honest.
Oh,
I had to
dude,
throw up the wash real quick.
you know what? You're a beautiful, kind soul, and I know you do a lot of stuff, and we're going to kind of get into your story.
Yeah,
But my favorite thing about you is when I look at you and you smile, and you're just awesome, man. There's something
yeah.
about you that's different. There's something that's different, and I know. So Andre is a Lululemon ambassador, and so am I. But I'm kind of like a little wimpy one. But Andre's the
Oh
man,
no,
and
no, you're not.
but you know
Don't
what
even
I, you
try
know what I,
that.
but you know what I love about you, man. Um,
But
you know, anybody that knows you, they really appreciate your spirit.
yeah,
I just think you're a beautiful soul, and I know we don't get to connect in person enough, but like
yeah.
I just love who you are. So, your dad, your
Yes,
husband,
yeah, yes,
your uh, you know, athlete,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
you're an instructor, you're
yeah.
a million things. I actually liked one of the things you did yesterday, or was it a couple days ago? You posted, um, you planting some flowers with your kids.
Oh yeah, yeah. And you
You,
know what? To me is I try. We can. I don't know if we're gonna get into like the whole of everything of this, but being a dad to me is one of the most. It's a gift, and I cherish it every single second I get. I try to make a memorable moment, and it's not like anything like trying to do something super, but like planting flowers or like going for a walk and just making sure they know that I'm actively involved with them. And I try and when the funny thing is when I sit down and talk to the kids, I'm like, oh, what was your favorite experience? 'Cause I try to talk to them every day at dinner, and they're like, oh, when we went for that bike ride to the store, and like, and
mm,
I'm like, I'm glad that like they can have those little moments like that, and it holds so much of them. And those are the ones I bet they'll talk about when they're in their 20s and we sit down and have a chat about stuff. Like, remember we went out and planted those flowers outside that one
mm.
day, and I'm like, yeah, I remember that. Like, it was one of my highlights too.
I I can see that, and like I can see when you're with your kids. Like, I mean, you're a good dad, so
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing to watch. You're just
yeah.
you're just a you're just a cool dad. So I want to find out some stuff that I don't know, and I want you to tell us stuff, whatever you want to talk about, or
I'm an
whatever
open
you're
book.
thinking about. All right, I
Yeah.
knew you would be. You're
Oh yeah, I'm
awesome,
an
man.
open book.
So where where did you grow up?
I grew up in a small town in upstate New York. It's like in Albion. It's like in between like Rochester and Buffalo. Um, I always tell people I grew up in Buffalo because it's like 40 miles west, but it's a small farm community. Like I was telling people, like I grew up, like we worked on like farms. I used to like work with my friends, like all my friends, like like a potato farmer. Like we used to go to his farm and I baled hay. Like I mean, like so moving here was a huge, huge shock to me because it was like I come from such a small town.
How did you come to move to Hingham, Mass?
Um, you want to and like with one of my friends um lived here before and he was like, oh, you should come check out Hingham. And I was like, whatever. Like, and we were living in Austin, Brighton at the time, and we just had our little one. and we redid our condo. We're like, oh, we can do this. Like, it's fine. And then one night the ambulance went off, and then the fire trucks went off, and the kid woke up, and we were like, okay, we're gonna come check it out. So we just said moved to the shipyard. It's like, what do you have available? And just moved in there. But I have had. It's been nice living here, and I've had some great experiences here. But it's everything goes with a bag of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You, um, I know a really nice thing happened for you, which, I love to see, and you deserve it. And it's all about community. And I think you're just so loving. And, to be honest, I've come to a place in my life where, like, I'm trying to just be, I mean, I think I've always been loving, but more loving and hang with people that are really kind. And you have that. And, um,
and what you say that is I do have that, but I made a decision, and I know what you want to talk about, like health and fitness and all this stuff, but I really think the core thing is who you surround yourself with, and then you're gonna make tough decisions. That I feel personally, if you want to get like your mind right, because you're gonna have sometimes just gonna have to like let people go that are going to absorb and take away your energy, because if you don't get your mind right and yourself right, you can't make an impact at all, I believe. Like, because I look at it as like people just try to just absorb and suck energy, and I really make a conscious decision to who I surround myself with, like very conscious. I don't care if it's just this one person I see all the time or a ton of people, even if I'm taking up classes or I'm doing like doing like fundraisers. I make sure that I feel 110% comfortable going into those situations.
mm,
You know?
well, Well, that's awesome, and I love that, and I just like how if if you just follow Andre if you're watching. We're gonna actually post this after, so more people will see this interview. But
Yeah,
um, follow Andre and see what he's up to. But I think people really gravitate to you because of all that love you have, and
yeah.
it's easy to see. So what I love is the Lululemon crew. So you're an ambassador there,
Oh yeah,
and,
yeah,
and um, nobody's like, oh, that Andre, he's a bastard. They there was this thing about you that is just, I think people feel better. And I'll confess, I actually was talking about this yesterday with the people
yeah,
that I work with at Quad. Hey everybody. But
yeah.
I was like, remember when we were doing the photo shoot at Lululemon, and you did oh what no it was when we did the it was like a little conference we did there, and you did some Zumba.
Oh yeah, Dan.
I feel like I'm kind of open to stuff, but there's a super vulnerability to that
Yeah, it
stuff.
is. It is. Yeah,
And I love how you just eh, that's a pretty amazing thing to get to a point where you just don't care. It's awesome.
yeah. You want to hear something funny about it? This the first like cardio hip hop class I started to teach. Um, and I always tell people this. They're like, "How do you get up there?" And like, it's like you don't know these people, and you gotta like dance and like shake and like do all this stuff. It's like, how do you get up there? And I'm like, you know what? It's like anything. It just takes time. I was like the first class I taught. I got so nervous as that I went over in the middle of the class. I went over and threw up in a trash can. Like I was literally that nervous, and I'm like,
Really.
if I can get from that point to this point now, I'm like, you can easily do that, because I don't,
Mm,
and that's what the thing is. People they don't see the work that goes, the time and the work that has to go into it. They just think like, oh, he just can get up there, or you like even when like you're a musician, you're playing music. It's like it takes a lot of practice to be able to like do that, and then you just don't go from 0 to 100. You got to go from 0 to 5, back to 3, back to 4, until you get to like 100%. So I just
mm,
try to get up there, and another thing is that I want people for an hour, and especially everything that's going on now, just to just forget. Like just to like be in the moment, to have a good time, to dance, to celebrate, because nothing can change a mood like a good song and dancing. And I honestly feel that. And like if you get in your car right now and play your favorite song, it'll be impossible for you to be upset about anything, you know?
Mhm.
So, and I
I
try to, what's
you
up?
you do that. Like
I try.
you transform. I love that.
Yeah, I do. And you know what? And I don't know how like deep you want to get, but like I grew up like I said in upstate New York, and the reason why being a father is so important because I grew up without a father. My father passed away when I was younger. He had a heart attack, like, and then I went through all this other stuff as a kid, like being abused, being like all this stuff. Like it was bad. I am very surprised right now that I'm like where I am as a person right now. But when all that stuff was going on, I made a conscious decision to not let I had to process it all, but I made a conscious decision not to let that define me and not to let that take over me. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Well, you're hearing this stuff, which I didn't know, but like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
And
reality
I
is
yeah, and
you inspire me.
Oh no, no, no. But I've said to be honest, and it took a while to process and took a while to think about it. But people are like, why, like, because I'm genuine. This is who I am. Like, I'm gonna bring as much joy as possible because I've been to the other end where I know what it feels like to not be seen or not to be heard or not to be talked to. So, like, I want to make an impact any way I can. And it's not anything. I mean, I'm not like anything huge, like impacts, just small little impacts on people's lives, even a hi or like, oh, let me help you with this, and because I didn't have that. And basically what I'm saying is I didn't have that. So I'm trying to incorporate that into my daily life now.
Mm.
It's pretty deep.
Well,
Deep. I'm sorry.
well, I I I think you're making a great impact, man. I think you're making a big impact, and just like I was just saying, you motivate and inspire me. And um, I haven't really said. I mean, I've said it a little bit, but I have a friend that said something to me when we first met, and he said that I can tell we're gonna be friends forever,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I feel that with you.
And you want to hear something? And I was because you're like famous over on this coast.
No,
So
I'm not.
yeah. So I was following you before, and you wrote a story. I don't know if you remember. It was a while ago how interracial family came into your house, and the guy sat in the car, and he was getting a couch. Do you remember that?
Mm.
And I was like, this dude, it's like, well, like wants to like sit down and listen, or he's open minded and he can be vulnerable and he can express himself, and there's nothing wrong with being like that. And I was like, yeah, this is my people, like
He
I got,
that guy,
huh?
my buddy, he actually wrote me the other day.
Did he
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's a really nice guy. Life's busy and we don't all get together,
I
but
know, yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate his beauty and yours, and you. I'm learning a lot in life, but I really like, I would say that your humbleness, your kindness, your ways of fathering and friendship, and just the love you put out there, it's inspiring. So I think that the South Shore and beyond needs more of what you do. And I'd love to know. I mean, the quad people, we put together a couple questions, and we haven't done this yet. But
Oh,
um, we got a couple questions, and this is kind of like to tell people what's going on with you during COVID, and I guess it maybe we. I'm sure you would. I know it's a little pressure, but
oh, no, 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 no.
no pressure for you.
Yeah, you put it on me.
What is your favorite home workout?
Um, well, I love to be on my bike. So there's this whole thing. If you like cycling, you can get a bike trainer in your house, and you can go on this thing called Zwift, and you can ride with people all across the world. Like, and they do like
Hmm.
they even do like charity rides, they do like races, they do like group rides. So I do that when I'm in the house, but usually most times I'm outside riding my bike or
Oh,
practicing new dance routines.
yeah. What is your favorite dance routine? Can you give us a little touch of that?
Oh, I need some music. Can you put some music on? I like to. Let's see here. Let me see if I can back it on up. I could do a little salsa.
Salsa? Okay. Like,
A
look
little
at,
salsa like
see, this is what's beautiful about you. Look at him.
shake it.
Yeah, dude, you're awesome. How is it that you came into fitness for you? What was that journey
Um,
like?
are you talking about like the dance classes or like in general?
Your journey into being, I mean, you're a very well-known ambassador
Yeah,
for Lululemon.
yeah.
You're a cyclist. You always post pictures of
I'm always out
cycling.
riding.
Just
Before we were talking this morning, I was just getting ready to go out for a ride. We gotta get you out
oh,
in the
cool.
fat bike. We gotta get out soon.
I went out with Mark Carroll, who's a part of Quad,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
he in the whole crew. But Mark is a beast.
yeah.
Have you gone with him?
Yeah,
Have you
I
gone?
know he is. I know. I finally see him on Strava. Yeah,
Savage. I was like, honestly, the first time I went out, I was like with him, and it's not the first time I've been mountain biking, but when I went out with him,
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I don't know, I might throw up.
I know. I
But
know. Yeah, yeah. I've been there. But and also, anything that I do, and I also want to incorporate as many as people as possible. And I want, so like I love to play tennis. That's how
oh, I
I
love
even started.
tennis.
Yeah, that's how I started teaching dance classes. That was the whole
Oh,
reason.
cool.
Yeah, so at the Y, if you do a class, you get free tennis clinics.
Oh,
So
cool.
I was like, oh, I'll teach this class and then I'll get free tennis clinics. So that's how I started teaching cardio hip hop classes. But and anybody like if you want to learn something that I'm doing, and if you want to like try something that I like, just message me. And I'll be like, listen, like you want to play tennis, like even if you like just starting out, like I'll just hit the ball with you. If you want to go for a bike ride and you're like, I can't like go 20 miles an hour for like 3 hours, I'm like, okay, we can just go 15 and talk. I mean, like I want to get more people involved in fitness as possible. And like, because I feel like people like, and like you were saying, like with the classes, people get intimidated. They like see these people out and they're like, oh my goodness, I can't do that. But what if someone said, I'll help you do that?
Mm.
Like, or you don't have to like, you don't have to charge me, you don't have to pay me anything. Like, do you want to learn how to like ride a bike or you want to learn how to play tennis? Do you want to learn this dance class? Okay, like I'll sit down and help you, and that's it.
Mm.
You know?
You are a good man, and to be honest, just so people know a little bit more that you're not just talking baloney.
Oh no, 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 no,
You
no, no, no.
you you actually during quarantine, you wrote to me and you're like, "Do you need me to pick up groceries or
Oh yeah,
anything?"
I forgot
But
about that.
but but you did that, but you also did it for everybody. You did a post, and
Yeah,
whether or
yeah,
not whether or not people took you up on it is whatever. But like you are so giving, and that's like in this world right now, people need to wake up and
yeah, and
understand love.
yeah, and that's what the thing is. It's like what you, and that's what me and my friends were talking about the other day. It's like what you see of me is what you. This is not. This is who I am. You can if you can take it or leave it. Like I am going to try, and that's what we were talking about before. I'm going to try to make an impact on someone's life. I mean, you just had a kid. Congratulations, and I bet like you're running around going crazy. So like, what is for me to like run to the store and get some stuff you need and just drop it at your doorstep, you
Yeah.
know? And you're like, like stuff like that. And like, I think people forget how those small acts can make such a big difference in someone's life in general.
Mm. Yeah, well, you definitely walk the walk. I'm gonna ask you one more question from the list of questions that we got here.
Okay, yeah.
Um, so what are ways that nice little bird effect there. I love it.
Oh, yeah, look at my back. Yeah, look at this. I got like
Uh,
a fire pit back here, like the birds, like,
sanctuary. I love it.
yeah.
Um,
someone I was on a essay. Someone thought it was fake. They're like, "You got a feedback there." Like, no, that's my backyard.
yeah, is that a green screen?
Nah, yes, that's what I thought it was.
Um, so the people that you work with, whether they're your friends or clients or whatnot, what do you do to tell them? Because I do believe you're very motivated.
Yeah,
You're motivated to be kind, which is my favorite. But
yeah.
You're very motivated to stay on top of your health experiences. So, what do you do for your clients and your friends to like? What are some of the tips you would offer?
The one tip that I've learned, and this is from the people at Mass, is like, don't try to be 1,000%. Just 1% a day. Small changes. Like, you're like, if you're gonna get up in the morning, you're like, I'm stuck in the house, like quarantine. Say, you know what? For 3 days, I'm gonna go for a 5 minute walk. Just, and it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be like a fast pace. And then, and then after that, when that gets like okay, you go, okay, now I'm gonna go for like a 15 minute walk. And then you're like, and then after that gets okay, after a few months, you're just like, oh, now I'm gonna try a 10 minute run. And I was like it's not a quick fix. Then just make small increments. And like what you said before, surround yourself around people who want to support you. That is the most important thing. Like,
Mm.
just surround yourself around those people, and you'll grow. Because if you got someone that's like, oh, you know what? Do you want to come out dance with me, or do you want to go for a walk with me? Do you want to go for a run with me, or like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy you are trying to like be like better yourself, and that's it,
That's
because
the ticket.
there's a lot of negative Nellies out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ticket there. I wonder, like, for you, what would be your highlight for like your experience of either sharing your gift or, I mean, obviously your family, your loving
Yes. Yeah.
husband, a loving husband,
Yes.
your loving dad.
Yes. Yeah.
What would be a highlight as far as like professionally being out there and sharing your gift?
I highlight one thing that I would never forget, and ever forget this, is that I had a there was someone that was coming to my class that had brain cancer,
Ooh.
and they were coming, and they were gone for a while, and then they came back, and after class they came to me and said, you know what, no matter what, I still try to make it to your class every day. She's like, because when I was in doing the chemo and going through all this stuff, it was like your class kept me going. And
Mm.
I was like, whoa, like, and you know what? And that's what and I keep coming back. And you think it's just a class. You think it's just a song that you wrote. You think it's just saying hi to someone. Those things change people's lives. The words you sing, the music we play, it changes people's life. And I realize now I look at it a lot more different now. I look at it more as like I was doing it for fun, but I'm starting to realize it's a lot more of that. It's starting to make like an impact in people's lives. I'm trying to do like a class where one day a week we sit down and just we have an open discussion about everything. Like, people feel comfortable to come in. Trying to like incorporate more people to get like to start teaching and helping them with that, and like showing routines. It's become like a whole different thing than I ever thought it was that I initiated thought it was going to be. You know?
Mm. You could, I mean, because of how open you are and welcoming, you probably would be good at doing workshops. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah. I
know,
thought about it. And I thought about doing workshops. I thought about writing a book about my life. I thought about like there's a lot of stuff that I've been like how did I get from that point to this point? And I thought about like a lot of stuff, and it's just, and you know what, things flow to you, and I've been offered a ton of things, and if it feels right to me, I'll do it, and if it doesn't, I won't. you know.
you have this picture that I think we posted. I might have posted in a story. I forget. But we did it on the Quincy Urban Arts District, or I did it on my stories.
Yeah.
Um, where you're dancing. and there's a quote that is that your quote? Do you know that
Which one?
quote?
I know. I which one?
It's a quote where how is it? Maybe I'll try to find it. But
Yeah.
I loved what you said, and figures I can't get it right off the top. I thought you might know it off the top of your tongue, but that's fine.
I just
Um,
say I
huh?
sometimes we get together. I'm gonna have to rap for you. I
Oh,
can
really?
legit. I can throw it out. Yeah. Like
Well, why
seriously.
don't you? Why
What's
don't?
up?
Well, here's an invitation. Why don't you come to one of my gigs and just
Yeah.
we'll play just a beat and you rap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll totally do that. And you know what else I was thinking is I wrote that poem. Do you remember that poem that I wrote?
Hmm.
And I was out for a bike ride one day, and I was like, this would be cool because that's where I like go through everything. I was like, this would be cool if I could write this as a song, and then you could play it.
Well, come on over and we'll figure it
Yeah,
out.
we can figure something out. But usually, if I it probably what I'm trying to say, it's probably something I said, yeah, but I don't remember. It just comes, yeah,
I mean, it was just a certain quote, which it wasn't small, but maybe I'll post that later in my story for those watching, just to
yeah,
follow up on it. It's a it's just your it's almost like a mantra of how you live,
yes,
I love it.
yeah. But
Yeah.
this is who I am, you know. Like it's like I try to and like I said with my kids, I try to give myself a gift of life each day too, and that's why I like getting out on my bike and just being able to like just take in the ocean and listen and close my eyes and like because you know what, it's a gift. Life is a gift. It's something that
Mm.
I try to because I like I said before, like when you come from that end, you learn how to appreciate the things that you have now. You know what I mean? Like I came in yesterday and I was like, it's the coolest thing that like, and it's the coolest thing that I can be out and like listen to the birds. But like you're saying right now, or like I wake up in the morning and I'm like, look how pretty it is out here. You know, I try to take every moment in as a gift, and no matter what it is, no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, I think more people can learn that, and I know it's a process for you. It's a process for
Oh, it's a
everybody.
process. It's this is like I've been through a lot, and like I said, but it took a while to get to learn how to be like this. Like I took a lot of talking I didn't realize I was doing because I went to school to be like a social worker because I went and that's when I got into education. But it was a lot of one-on-one with professors. It was a lot of me just like crying and asking why and but and this is why I am a true believer of having an open dialogue because once you can have an open dialogue about anything, you can sit down and talk about it, everything. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
But people are too. I feel like some like people are too afraid to feel vulnerable or feel weak at times. You know, and or even put themselves out there. And I feel like the more you do it, the easier it gets. You know, and
Mm.
now I can just be like, okay, this is what happened to me. Like, yes, this is why who I am now. Like, I know that defines me if when I go back and look at it, but it was a process for me to be able to just open up and just talk about it. You know?
Yeah, and even though, which I would imagine, I'm sure, but even though
Yeah.
you're putting yourself out there and you've gained that confidence and you have the support, I mean, we all have moments of weakness,
Oh yeah.
and
yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think that when you understand that, my mother might be watching the other room. I don't know if she is, but my mom's not from New Hampshire. But she said this thing that I always come back to, and I think that it goes across the board for people is that we all no one goes through life unscathed.
Yes.
we,
Yes.
we all have this, our chips on our shoulder or our bad experiences or whatever they are. And oh, my Melanie and my
That's it.
mom are watching. But but I think that it is very true, and I think
Yes.
that you know, I don't know what it's like to be you, and you don't know what it's like to be me, but
Yes.
we
But
can try to,
I would like to know
yeah, we can try to
that.
understand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think,
Especially that. Yeah. And everything that's going on now is like, I feel there needs to be an open like conversation, and I've been having a lot of conversations about like all the stuff that's going on now, but I want people to be able to feel safe, like to come talk to me, you know, not to be like, oh, like how do you feel, but like I've had these thoughts, like how do you feel about that, or how or what's it like for you to go through certain situations throughout life, you know? And then
yeah,
and you know what? And I don't, and like I said, I don't understand what it's like being gay. I don't understand what it's like being a woman. So like, I would like to have an open conversation with everyone, you know,
mm.
and and maybe we can get somewhere, you know. And if
Hey,
we don't, we don't.
we'll get somewhere. We're getting somewhere right now,
Yeah.
man. Hey, what happened to the town hall thing? Is
Oh,
that
we
happening?
were. You know what? I was talking to Katie about that. I gotta get on. It's just like you. We were talking about it, and like, and then I want to I want to do like I want to get people together, and I think they want to do like a more like a virtual thing. So I was thinking maybe we could do like a 6 feet apart circle or something like that, where people can like, so you can look at people and like talk to people, you know?
Hmm. Well, let me know. I'm down, man.
Oh, definitely, I definitely love it. Yeah, yeah.
So,
And you're a great dude. You're
I
a great dude too. I know you like to sell yourself short sometimes, but you do some amazing stuff, man. Like seriously, like you
wait a
make some.
second. Hold it. This is not about me. This is about
I know
you.
it's not about you. I know, but you know what? And the one thing I've learned in life is like, if you feel something, you say it. Like because you don't know when you're gonna be able to say it again. Like seriously, I know it's not about you. I know, but it
All
just
right, wait. Fine, Andre. I love you. I had to say it. You're funny. You're funny.
oh, are you blushing now?
We both are.
I know.
Don't put it on me. We both are. So what do you have like? There's a lot of roads to pave. You have your kids, your future, maintaining this awesome like. Uh, I mean, you've really developed a really nice uh, thing around here. Like your persona and your effect around here is needed and appreciated,
Oh, thank you, thank
and
you.
I love it. And I wonder like what is on the horizon for you, and what like with Quincy Urban Arts, like our goal is really to start to highlight and develop people,
Yeah,
artists, musicians, athletes, humans, all walks.
yeah.
What do you see yourself doing in the future that you're really excited about, or is there something?
Um, you know what? And like I said before, my most exciting thing that I'm doing right now is being a dad
Mm.
by far. Like that's one thing I know that like I want to give all my energy to, and everything that comes. Like if something comes along the way and I feel right, like I'm like yeah, I'll definitely do that. But being a parent, it's hands down. And but like and but it's and if something else, like I said, if something else comes along and like, oh, you want to try this or do this, I'm like, yeah, if it works with me being a parent on this, I'll definitely do it.
Mm.
You know, but that is by
Mm.
far, yeah.
Oh well, that's a really nice
And
answer,
shake
and
up.
it's really we. I didn't even hear that. What I just saw.
Oh, you guys gotta all this. Don't all you guys gotta see all this dance. And, oh my goodness, he was getting down,
Oh,
straight up
it's not
getting
true.
down. I was like, oh, this you
Not,
gotta shake the thing.
nothing like you, dude.
You know,
I, I
it's
will.
funny because
I
it's
will
funny because
say. that that your ability to just throw it around like that is it's pretty crazy.
It's funny because
I
people come up there and they talk to me and they're like, and I'm like, hi, how you doing? I'm Andre. Like, welcome to class. Like, here's the routine. You do this, and the music comes on. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, I'm like, oh, thank you for coming to class. Like, we'll see you next week. You've seen it. You know what I'm talking
oh, I've seen it.
about. And now I will go sit down and say thank you for coming.
I, I'm trying to think of a joke, but I can't. And the reality is that like it's it's super impressive and beautiful what you do, and I'm thankful to know you.
Yes, yes,
And
same.
we'll continue to explore, and our paths will cross, but hopefully more than they have been.
Yes,
And I'm very thankful to have you around and
and if
inspire me. Inspire
and if
me.
you ever need me to do anything, the Quincy, the district, like do a dance class out front or anything like that, just give me a shout.
Okay, we
We'll,
will.
we'll
We
dance
will.
that city down.
Well, I think that actually, so there's a bunch of us over at Quad and Fox Rock, and Amy has taken your class before, and
Oh,
she
really?
yeah. I don't know if she's still watching, but
Yeah.
yeah. I just I again I wanted to like highlight the fact that people that are watching this, and people that don't know you, they should check you out and watch your journey. And I think it's great. And one thing that I've learned, and it's kind of, it could be the times. It's always been in me in this way, but I just, and you said it a couple times, and so it's nice to talk because like you understand what the hell do we really want to do? What's important?
Yes, yes, yes.
And I think it highlighting people and letting, like, you should feel good about yourself. You're cool. You're a nice human, and I think that that's what I want to do is highlight people so they feel good and not bring anybody down or look at shortcomings or whatever. It's like I don't want people to destroy me, but
Yeah, yeah.
I want to lift people up, and I think
Yes, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, so that day we were in this, there was a couple times, but the time we were in the studio, even with Jake is a beast. He's a
Oh, yeah,
muscle.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like, just get away from me, Jake. You're like a giant, and like put me in his pocket, and I feel like just a toy or something.
Did did we pick him up?
I don't know,
I
but
think there's a
I don't
picture of
know.
us holding Jacob.
Oh, maybe we did. I forgot about that. But I remember like here's Jake, who's Jake Golick or Golick. He's like he's a super nice guy. But I
Yes,
remember I was in the same boat as him, and your confidence and stuff. Like Jake's like he's a specimen. He's a beast.
yes, yeah, yes,
And
yeah.
we're standing next to you, and you were living life. There's a difference,
Yeah. Oh,
and
thanks.
that
Yeah.
everybody does it in their own way,
Yes.
and that's cool. I feel like I was just yelling,
Oh, no, you weren't.
but
No, you weren't.
everyone.
Everyone does it their own way.
But the reality is that I remember in the moment watching you and being like, what you're doing and how you're expressing yourself is it's 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 a gift, but it's a skill that you've worked on, and
I've
it's
worked on it. Yes. Yes.
and maybe what you're telling me is that your life, well, obviously your life brought you here, but your experiences, and now you're just like, F it. I'm going
Yes.
to, I'm, and I love that.
Yes. Yeah. Like this is like I'm gonna enjoy every moment. And then you can ask my wife at home, like and they were asking like, oh, like I post stuff like me and the kids doing stuff. Like when I post that stuff, me and the kids have done it like 57 times. And then my wife's like, you got to videotape this and like show them like this is like who I am. You know what I mean? And like and you said it perfectly. Like my experiences through life brought me here. And now I try to, and I go through it too. Like I have weaknesses. Like I go through moments where I like it comes back and it hits my head, and like I go back and I go back and think about stuff. But I realize that you know what it is. I realize where it's coming from, and I'm like, this is where it's coming from. I know it's not this. I'm gonna go enjoy myself. You know, and that's
Well,
not,
yeah.
and it's like a working process all the time. Like you're always working. Like you know.
Well, screw those crap moments that have brought you down, and let's celebrate the ones that have made the Andre that you're showing the world, because you should be celebrated. So
Oh,
I think we're gonna wrap up today, but I
yes,
want to
yes.
give
I can
great
talk to you all
thanks.
day, man.
Great,
Like,
come on
seriously.
over, man.
I know,
I'll
I
give
know.
great thanks and celebration to Andre Callicutt. You are inspiration, and we're very lucky to have you around here. And we'll be reaching out. We'll hang out. Listen, we've blown wind about biking. Let's get that out of the way.
Let's definitely do it. Seriously,
Let's
we can
cut the
definitely do
crap.
it.
But listen, you might have to go a slower speed, and then just we'll just chill, because I don't know.
We
I
can just
can't.
we can go 2 miles an hour. I don't care.
Yeah, you're
Like,
you're much better shape than I am.
no, but we can just we don't have to. You don't have. We don't. Like I went for a ride yesterday with a couple couple people, and we went like I usually average like on a bike ride like 20 21 miles an hour for the hour, and then we went like 14 15. We chatted like. It doesn't matter. So you gotta because there's so much other stuff that's going on out there. Like there's the woods and you see deer and like it's like
So
the whole.
you're not gonna be pedaling and
I'm
be
just like,
like, let's
come
go,
on, no,
loser.
no. I'm like, come on. I'm
I'm
like,
just
oh, did you
kidding.
see that deer over there? I'm like, that'd be me.
Well, you know what I noticed? We're gonna end up keep talking, but
uh,
so when I went with Mark, and I was all excited to get the fat tire bike.
yeah.
Um, oh, Melanie and my mom want to Zumba with you in the streets.
Oh, anytime.
Hey, I don't know exactly what they're implying. So I'm just kidding. Everybody wants to Zumba with Andre. Um, but like what I noticed is Mark had this like super, what I don't even know what it is, but it's got like the 29-inch or whatever.
Oh
But
yeah, he wasn't riding a fat bike.
no, so it's so much faster.
Oh, of course, yeah. Like I have a fat bike, but it's like carbon. It's like really light, so it can like ride with mountain bikes. But of course, you gotta feel like that on a fat bike. And he's riding one of those. It's a plus bike
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's got a super
and dual suspension. Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah. The seat. You press a button to go. The seat
yeah,
go
yeah.
down.
Dropper post. Yeah,
Do you have that too?
on my fat bike. Yeah,
You have that on your fat bike.
I only have a fat bike.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're a stud.
Oh no, but you know what we'll do is that because I can like put seat down. You should ride my fat bike and then ride yours, and then you'll see the difference.
Okay.
Yeah, because it
Yeah.
matters.
Because I mean, I have a. I don't even know what it is. It's just called the Fat Boy or something. It's
Yeah,
not
but
bad.
mine
It's
is
a
like,
nice bike.
and you gotta go tubeless too. That's the whole thing. You gotta get those
Yeah.
tubes out. Those
Yeah,
tubes are
you're gonna have
heavy.
to show me. You're gonna have to show me
Yeah,
how to do that.
and then it's carbon. It's carbon. Like it's so they just make weight. So like he's probably riding so much fast because his bike is also he's in great shape, great shape. But his bike is so much faster than yours too.
Oh, you really had to say he's in better
Oh,
shape
not
than
in
me.
me.
Yeah. No, jeez, Louise.
I
You
mean, but
are.
he does it all the time. That's what I meant.
Oh, look at Chrissy just joined in, and Zach and Mel and
Oh, hey. But thank you
what's
so
up?
much for having me on. I appreciate it. What's up?
Oh, Zach, he was on too. He's an artist. He's a support local artist. Follow Can of Corn too. He's a machine.
Oh, I
Um,
follow up. Yeah.
Mike's bike head Mike.
I bet it does. It's hidden somewhere in there.
Listen, you're again, I'm really lucky we're friends. You're a cool guy, and you're an inspiration. And I could take a look. Not only could I, but we all could use a little more Andre in our lives.
You
Like
know,
bring,
and not to get going, but the way I look at it is that every single person that you meet, you they will teach you something. You know, and like each and it's like bits and pieces of people if you can find those qualities and you were like, I want to imply those to my life. This is what I do too, to be honest. I'll look for things that like someone does better than I am, and I'm like, how can I learn from that person to be more like that? You know, and then
Well,
everybody.
well, before this conversation, didn't you say that everything you can do is better than everybody else?
No,
No, I'm
I would
just
never.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
You would never hear me say that.
Speak, speaking of something that's Cassie just joined on here. Hey, what's up, Cassie?
Love
And
Cassie. She's amazing.
thanks, Zach,
Such an
and
amazing person.
thanks, Hannah
She's a
Berry.
great
Thank you so
instructor.
much.
You should check her out at Cycletown.
I
And Secret
did
Pursuit.
I did her. I mean, what is it called? What's the stick thing
Or
called?
Pound. Oh, I did it
Yeah,
too.
I did pound. Much like Zumba, there is a spot of the pound where you have to gyrate your hips,
Yeah.
and I was actually doing it with I don't know how the relation is. I think he's married to her cousin, Chaz, and I was doing
I know Chaz. Yeah.
the pelvic thing, and I was like, this is like I was laughing like I was in like in first grade or something because it
You
was
know what we
like,
gotta do when everything's over. We gotta hit up our class.
what's
You and me.
that?
We gotta go. We gotta go pound when everything opens back up.
All right, we will. Cassie, are you doing outside classes? Haha, Bridge. Yeah, Bridge is a little romantic or something. I don't know what it is. It's funny. It's just it's very expressive.
Yes. Oh, it's a bridge. That's what it's called, a bridge.
Cassie, we got to get you on here too if you want to do an interview. We'd love to talk to you. We're looking at talking to beautiful people, and really nice of you to tune in and look at this beautiful Andre man. Look at him.
You know, Cassie's
Look at him. He's beautiful.
she's also a dance instructor too. Do you know that, right, Cass?
Well,
What,
let's go one step at a time.
I'm just throwing it all out there. All this. I'm just trying to get as many people as possible out there.
You you are I can't say it enough. I'm really happy that you joined, and I'm glad some people got to know a little bit more about your story, including myself. You're a special person, and listen, if you have something important that's coming up in your life, and you want to get it out there more, feed it to me, and I'll put it on our my stuff and on quad stuff, and let's celebrate each other.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and then, like I said
You're an
before,
angel.
the groceries thing still apply. If you need anything from me, just give me a shout. Seriously.
I could use a steak and cheese right now.
From where? No. I also
Listen,
like to cook, so I would love to have you. I can hook you something up.
dude, you're the best. We're gonna be hanging. I think this is kind of like the impetus for us to get together. It's kind of um, it's odd because we have this weird COVID stuff going
COVID
on,
thing, yeah. Are you
but
guys doing an outside show soon?
we just did Rote last week, and we're doing Rote again this week.
Oh, really?
It was nice.
And
It was
what
like
did it? They have any capacity stuff? Like you had to have certain many people out, or what?
it was just all the tables were full, but no, there wasn't really standing at
Yeah,
all.
I gotta see. I
Still,
gotta come see you play too.
what?
I gotta come see you play.
Yeah, what the heck? Well,
Yeah, I heard you. I
don't
heard you
just
transform too. I think of transforming. I was like, oh, I was like,
yeah.
I'm not honest. You're like, wait. He's like, wait. Till you see him on stage. It's a totally different.
Yeah, I'm pretty mellow like this. But listen, take me up on the if you have like a rap or a flow thing that you want to just push out, and it's got your message, whatever it is, your story, I'd love to support it.
Oh yeah,
So
definitely. Yeah.
come up. We'll figure out some type of like little riff thing, and then all of a sudden you could be what what is it, Andre 4019?
Or yeah, 419. I think
What what does
on
it mean?
Instagram, right?
Yeah, what is
I don't
that?
know. It was just something that I think I typed in something, and then it gave me something else, and I was like, okay.
Um, I thought it was like who's the Black Eyed Peas guy? Isn't it Andre 2000 or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
thought you were
Andre
like,
3000,
I
right?
thought you were like, I'm Andre for
Oh no, I'll be
4019.
if that was I'll be Andre 3001.
There you go. Well,
Oh yeah, check
listen.
these shirts out too, man. These shirts are sick.
Oh, thanks, man.
You see that right there? Love it. I love it.
Dude, you're a good dude. Let's get together soon. And I'm really thankful that you came on. Melanie just posted your handle again.
Oh,
So
there
this
it
is
is. Yeah.
this is Andre 4019. Check him out.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yes, brother. Get you. There
Zumba,
you go.
dude. Dude, you're awesome. Love you.
Love you
We'll
too,
talk
man.
soon. Okay.
All right, definitely.
All right.
Have
Peace.
a good one.
Thanks
Let's
so
see what
much,
we
man.
say. Thank you so much. Yep.
We'll see you.
See ya.